Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yo, what is the deal? Welcome to the No Pick Show with no handhold. We do facts on emotion. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification if you haven't already. Al, what's the deal? We fresh off the summer league debut. How you feeling? Like, what are your first thoughts coming off a competitive summer league game?
Um, First off, appreciate everybody that tapped into the Bells and Pels in the Blender live stream, man. Appreciate everybody that tapped into that. Dog, I ain't gonna lie. The game itself, I was okay because a couple things I was cool with, like some of the Bryce. Kobe Buffkin, I expected him to play well, but shout out to him.
I ain't expecting to play that well. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
no, I expected him to play well, but he looked really good.
Shout out to Mike with the 5P. Shout out to Pelicans Nola, man. Marley G, Ryan Bourne. Shout out to all y'all in the building. But go ahead, bro. My bad.
No, you good. Just Kobe was a nice surprise. I'm like, shit, okay. I can see maybe that last little two-way spot. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. Noel hit some shots. So I was cool with that. I like them getting the threes up, right? They shot more threes, so like that stuff was cool. Whoa, was good, Pels. No, like they were getting threes up, and what I really was looking for from the game, I did see. The schematic stuff that I was talking about, Mosley bringing over, and it's a very small form of it right now, obviously the summer league, but I can see the transition offense, the gang rebounding, like some of those things that I wanted to see. I was like, oh, okay, I see some of it. So like that's why those are the things I was like excited about. Micah looked like Micah, you know what I mean?
Had a couple of nice finishes at the rim.
Yeah, like early in the game, they started out that motherfucker going ISO. I'm like, no,
yeah, none of that. Fuck all that. Yeah,
none of that. You ain't. And it almost pissed me off the first couple possessions. Shout out Louisiana girl.
But I know Louisiana girl laughing if she saw it. I ain't want to say what it is, but if she saw it today, she got to be laughing to herself.
Listen, the Michael Peavy like first couple possessions, I was ready to be like, no, this is not what you got, Micah. Micah ain't here to go work on the ISO offense. You know what I'm saying? So when he toned it down a little bit and then started doing what I expected, off ball, catch and shoot. So they did have some positives, though. They did have some positives. So I'll say that first. The overall takeaway, though, the fucking losing, bro. I'm just over.
What do you mean when you say that? Just the fact that they lost the game, they lost the game, or just
it's one. I think this is just me, right? This is just me, but I feel like when you say DQ and Fears aren't playing, right? And it's not even about DQ and Fears not playing. I feel like you not taking this is me personally. It's not nothing about them, but I feel like you not taking the summer serious enough.
You as in whom?
Me as in like I feel like
I mean you as in you feel like DQ and Fears ain't the team ain't
like see, they don't have the systemic losing, right? Like they don't feel the systemic losing.
Right.
But when and I understand there might be a plan and all of that. Right. But when somebody I guess ain't done the history, it's like, dog, we ain't won a summer league game in 2 years. Like, I ain't talking about you ain't won a summer league game in 2 years. And most of them not even close. Like, if you go back and look at a lot of the scores, again, bro, like a couple of them are close. What that lets me know is either you ain't putting the talent out there or you ain't even competing, right? So I think even when you say we gonna work on this or whatever, you just enabling, like mentally you're enabling losing, right? Like, and if you say, listen, y'all stupid, dog. Y'all stupid, bro. I'm not
yo, shout out to Money Bag Fiber. Make sure y'all get the lights up, boy.
Y'all stupid, dog. I'm not. Listen, man. Listen, bro.
All right. Whoa, what over to John? What over to Thomas?
No, I just
what up, Lonnie?
yo, what's good, everybody, bro? Appreciate y'all. I just feel like, again, last year, no wins. And think about this last year. You had Fears and Queen played what, 2 games or whatever? I think he played 2 games before he
Queen
got hurt.
I think Fierce played about 3.
Fears played all 5.
Yeah,
Fears played all 5. Queen played 2, and then I think in the second when he got hurt, or the third when he got hurt.
He got hurt versus the Blazers. I think he might have played 3.
Might have. It don't matter. Losses. The year before that, all losses. So, right. And again, think about last year's team, bro. You had Fears, Queen, Eves, Carlo, Peavy, Hawkins. Didn't Hawkins play last year? I think he did, didn't he?
No, he didn't play last year.
No, he didn't? Okay. Even still, fuck no. 0-5. You know what I'm saying? 0-5. Lester Quinones, all of them dudes. And I'm not saying that you gotta win the championship or whatever. But all I'm saying is when you just consistently lose, you start being okay with losing. So you know what? Next year you're gonna go into let's say hypothetically fast forward the season. You're gonna go into next year's summer league, and you guess what? These motherfuckers ain't gonna expect to win a game. But we ain't won a summer league game. We don't win preseason games, and then we get to the regular season, and we ain't winning regular season games. At some point, winning has to start becoming like
paramount.
Like at the state, like, dog, I understand we in this, but you gotta be pissed off with losing. Yeah. And I don't care who out there. And then for you to and just me, and I'll get off the soapbox, but just me, when you say, all right, look, I'm gonna take my best guys, and I ain't saying I understand, right? I understand the arguments for not playing, and people like Summer don't matter. Okay, whatever. At the same time, it's not like if Fears was your number one option, I would agree. Like, fuck you, I'm not about to risk my number one option. Fears at best is your 6th man. He might, maybe.
You think so?
You think he about to start?
I wouldn't say he about to start, but I think,
that's what I mean.
Oh, yeah. You mean maybe, at best he coming up.
I'm just saying, at best, unless he about to start right now, at best he your 6th man. DQ, like at best 8th, at best you're 6th. That's just maybe at best you're 6th, but like right now it's looking like 8th, 9th man. You telling me my 8th, 9th man, and I'm not saying they don't have value to the team, but they can't get a game, they can't get a run, and you know, like, dog, like just the fucking losing. Let me ask you this: I don't know who they play the rest of the way. You expect them to win a game?
Yeah.
Why?
I think because I thought they was really competitive today. I think what ultimately lost them the game today was if Kobe Buffington was incredible, but he missed a couple free throws. This new stupid ass free throw rule is kind of.
He missed 5 points worth of free throws. 100 free throw would have been 7.
So he would have had like 35 points. Like he would have been incredible today. But he's also been in the G League dominating as well. I think Michael Peavy played well. This is Pierre first game, so he got to get the jitters out. Yeah. And shout out to Louisiana Gal because look, if y'all caught the late night show I did last time, and shout out to Kevin McCorkle. Shout out to Kevin McCorkle as well. And look, it don't make no sense me hiding the shit or beating around the bush. Derek not in shape. Derek is not in shape, bro. And in my opinion, I don't think Derek could have played in the summer league this summer. Now, to me, that's more of an indictment on him versus an indictment on the rest of the team, on the organization. I've heard that they've spoken to Derek about that. Like, yo, you got to be better. It's something that I was made aware of a few weeks ago, and I didn't want to really talk about it because we already went through that with Zion, and fuck, I ain't in the best shape right now. So I ain't won't be a hypocrite, but I also ain't a professional athlete. So the fact that I had heard about this weeks ago, about a month ago at this point, and I'm seeing you today or yesterday, and you still look this way, that's problematic, right? So I don't think he could have played, honestly.
I'm gonna raise my hand and ask this question. when did Mosley get hired? How many weeks ago? Or when did the season end? Hypothetically, when did the season end? In April, right?
Not for the Pelicans, but yeah, let's say
Yeah, let's say the season for the Pelicans.
Yeah, for the Pelicans, yeah.
Could you imagine if Joe Dumars was like, "Hey man, y'all need to get ready for summer league," right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as opposed to being like, "Don't trip, y'all ain't playing this summer." You probably think you got more time than you really have. That's another thing too. As opposed to being like, "Say, dog, y'all gonna be playing in them summer league games in July." You like, and you now if you still show up out of shape, that's on you. But to give the guy the I don't want to say grace, but like let him off the hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that is the part to me that's like sucker shit. To me, I think that's the losing mentality of it. Like Peavy knew he was playing coming into the summer.
Yeah.
And
in
like
fact, Derek them, they played more games than Micah last year. Micah only played 60 and he still came through and did his thing. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I understand. I'm just saying this, bro. I understand like the why of it of not playing, but my thought is
no. I'm sorry, I wasn't even saying that. I was saying more so like even to your point. It's like Michael Peavy played a lot of games last year as well.
He played 61 games, I think it was.
Yeah, but he still showed up today and had a solid contribution.
And even if I'm not gonna compare Micah's contribution to theirs, which I understand they played way more in the season. Yeah, fine. My point of saying that is when the season ended, you should have had it on their mind. Like, y'all bitches playing in this summer league. Like, y'all need all the reps y'all could get. So when the season ends, if you show up out of shape, that's still on you. But at the end of the day, the expectation would have been get ready for these games. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think too. And shout out to everybody to make sure y'all hit that like button. I think too, bro, is like if you probably coming from an era and a generation where like I'm not here to babysit you niggas. Like y'all professionals. So y'all should know to have like because really we talking about one person. So it's like this, like you're one person, young man, just got some money, but you should know, to have it on your mind now as a professional. Shout out to Louisiana Gal again. She said Fierce is in peak shape right now and looks stronger. It's just a terrible look by DQ. DeAndre Jordan shouldn't be in better shape than DQ.
Let that young stud go put his work. Like if Fierce been putting in work, getting himself together, let that man go. Because you know what happened last year? Like he had to come off the draft and then like hurry up and get himself together. And he probably was in shape. Don't get me wrong. But dog, you can't tell me that you ain't just got in your mind, I'm about to kill these motherfuckers when I get to summer league next. You know what I'm saying? Like right? I'm talking about Fizz. Like I've been putting in work, man. I want to go dominate everything, bro. Like I don't give a fuck if that dude ain't doing what he ain't supposed to do. That don't mean
don't take that out on me.
Yeah, I ain't getting no dubs last year. I ain't getting no dog. All Fizz was talking about, bro, and this is why I like Fizz. All Fizz be talking about is the win. All he be talking about is winning, right? He came to something, yeah, man, we trying to get these wins. Didn't end up getting no wins. And preseason, he was talking about wins. Regular season, we trying to figure out ways to get wins. Dog, if he would have just let the man go get some kind of win, bro. Like, let him go lead the team to the winning matters, bro. The winning matters. This is some fucking sucker shit. Not that the games matter, but just chugging up. And I do think they'll get one, maybe two, but you can't fucking guarantee that with this organization. Let Kobe Buffkin play well one more time. That might be like, all right, Kobe, you done.
Here's my biggest issue. And shout out to the homie Louisiana Gal again. She said this is what happens when one rookie has been back and forth between New Orleans and New York, working on his game and his body, and the other one has been back and forth in Miami and LA partying. Look, Jesus. Man. Look.
Jesus.
This has been my issue the entire time. And we spoke about this. And I remember speaking about this during the season. And look, we talked about this earlier. I was like, you got your taste of calling a live game today. And when you call them live games, everything just magnified, right?
Yes, bro.
The problem to me is if Derek would have played against Berger, I think he would have looked bad because I just think Berger is that much better of a player at this juncture than Derek, which is crazy. He's only a second-year guy, but I thought he was also better last year. I just think it was a bad pick, and it could work out. And I know that's not your point, but the point I'm making is that I'm just like, all right, look, we got to start taking some corrective action. We're going into the season now. Still got to address the big. What was that, Enola Vic? Still got to address the big. We still gotta, because I think they lost today because of the center position. Like they didn't have a ton.
They couldn't get no I do like the and I said that the gang rebounding is gonna help a lot. Yeah. But you still need a guy to be able to rebound. At the end of the day, Hunter Dickinson was just getting out rebounded at the end of the game.
Hunter Dickinson built like a T-Rex. Like he just built like a T-Rex, dog. And that's what's up. Shout out to Rock in the building. Also shout out to LP. Shout out to everybody in the building, man, pulling up. Y'all tap the like button for it, brother, man. Appreciate y'all joining us. Look, here's the thing. Here's the real deal to me. And I said this last year. I feel like a player like Derek, players like Eve, certain different other kind of players, I don't think their archetype excels in Summer League. I think Summer League is for guys who are super athletic and who shoot the ball very well. I think it's more of a wing and perimeter player esque thing. But I hope not basketball. I don't never want to see Brandon again. But we might got another Brandon situation happening right now. But with Derek. But like I'm hopeful that of course it's early in the process. Guys can get better, guys can get in shape. But no, the preseason and training camp is like a month away. And on top of that, bro, training camp is 1 week. Training camp ain't like it's like 3 and 4 weeks and all that. Then that's why I hate the league doing this. I hate the league doing this. When they keep sending the Pelicans overseas, I don't like that. I don't like it because firstly, I get it. New Orleans is a metropolitan city. People, culturally, it has a lot of different things from
people Europe. Like New Orleans.
People like New Orleans, totally get it. But from an organizational standpoint, I wish the NBA would stop doing that. It doesn't do the players a service I also want the players to only be playing other NBA talent consistently, like the Australia shit last year. Hated it. False sense
of security. Like
it's a false sense of security, and then you went over there. Kevon Looney ended up getting injured. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like shit like that personally. Let's keep
20-hour flight or however long the flight was.
Yeah, 20-hour flight for these large ass athletes. You risking blood clots and all type of shit. And the
Wi-Fi according to them.
Then the moment you come home and you face an NBA level talent like you did with Houston, Orlando, and other teams. They busting your ass, like you know what I'm saying. So I don't like it. It is what it is. I understand it's the entertainment business at the end of the day, but I don't like it. But I will say, no, training camp is coming up soon. The preseason is coming up soon, and the more concerning thing to me as it pertains to Derek or players of that ilk is that I don't think it matters if you played today. Fears, yes. I just don't think it matters if he played because I don't think he would have been very good. That's all the reason I said that.
I'm gonna say this. Let's say, and I made this point again, and I think me and you was talking about it. Let's say this motherfucker was fat and out of shape, and he went out there and played. Because Z used to be fat and out of shape, and he not Zion. He is not Zion. But Z used to be fat and out of shape and still get you 30 or whatever it was he was going to do. You was just like, dog, if this dude ever could get his body together, think about how much better he would be. Like, go see what your fat ass could go do. Like, you want to be fat? Cool. You want not be in shape? Cool. You still better be able to hoop. So go your big ass out there and let me see what you look like. Yeah. Because it hurt us if you don't look good, but it also hurt you. And hopefully, if you got the ego of an athlete, I'm gonna be better than all them dudes, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. If that's the mentality,
game.
And again, like I like Barrett, but you did your last game against Barrett, the last game of the season, you did have 30 and 22, 30 and 20, or whatever it was. So like, if you're gonna just look at the numbers of it, like you okay, go dog. You gotta be cold, dog. I'm not saying what he will or wouldn't. I'm saying if you go, this is the thing. Like you I don't know what kind of student you were in school, right? But like typically what parents say, boy, you can't be a class clown and fail. You got to be one of the two.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna be acting up in school, you gotta at least make A's. They can't, you know what I'm saying?
I'll say this. And of course I'm not a professional athlete. I was a bare minimum student. I didn't do homework, didn't do classwork, but I was like an ace, like test taker, ace, like assignment taker. So I was able to be, I was able to be like an A and B student. But the thing is, to your point, like when you mention Zion, when you mention Luka, when you mention guys like that, you gotta be good. And that's my whole point to why I keep saying this. And I think, and shout out to everybody in the building, man. Appreciate y'all joining us. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Like, that's the thing. It's like, give a fuck who's in the best shape. Like Stanley Johnson, incredible athlete. Used to do the stairs after games. Dude, freak of nature athlete. Wasn't good player. He just wasn't. The thing with DQ is like, again, when people don't know if you're good, the scrutiny level is going to be higher because person like, you don't really play that well for me to be dealing with this. At least when a person's good, there's that we can fix them.
Yes.
Like we can fix them.
That's like Luka drinking the beer after the game.
He can drink the beer during the game, and people would be like, hey, man.
We're going to the finals, dog. Like,
he's
man,
an adult. That's what people going to say. Luka an adult.
Shut up. Fat Luka, skinny Luka, mid-sized Luka, Luka Cole. So that's my thing about DQ. Like, they talking about, they talking about, like, his shape. And I agree. All right. Y'all playing summer league. Take your fat ass out there and go hoop. Like, because if he had went out there today, fat or not, and been 18 and 12, or you know what I'm saying? People would have been like, oh, all right. That's what you're supposed to do. Because this is the thing. If the season started today, which it does not, right? If the season started today, don't know that shit around the corner. Don't nobody care if you in shape or not. They're gonna depend on you to play. They're gonna depend on you to play. They're gonna depend on you to produce.
I think it's become more of an internal issue than we were hoping. Like, right? I don't think many people may have accounted for like, maybe he may have some discipline issues off the court as far as his weight and his game. And oh my God, Louisiana girl just going ham. Louisiana girl say, Derek got titties right now. I get Mosley and Joe trying to protect them, but they need to let them sink or swim. I'm tired of this organization pacifying grown men. DQ is 21, not 19. He's also going to be 22, close to the beginning of the season. Also, again, if you were good, people give you more leeway. Like, yeah, look, that motherfucker be doing all this wild shit, but when he show up, you can't fuck with him, and that's the thing. And that's why, for me, that's why my criticism, if you want to say that I am the number one Pelicans critic, it's kind of like, nah, bro, like I'm not feeling this stuff, dog. Like that's really just my position on it. I'm not feeling what's going on here, and I know organizationally they probably not going to put up with it, but I'm hoping that they're more, what's the word I'm looking for, proactive than reactive. Like, you got to be able to see the forest for the trees. Like, shout out to Louisiana gal, she mentioned this earlier. Like, personally, I think if Amanda Green had been in the building during that draft process, I don't think they would get drafted, because all of the things people were concerned about going into the season, you saw last season, and now you're seeing in the off season. And it's the off season. Like, you got nothing but time on your hands. Like, you could have been in shape.
Yeah, to your point, not just the shape. Again, when you mentioned Amanda Green and maybe the amount of power she has, right? Like, it makes sense. Also, again, we talked about it on the last episode, why things might be moving a little slower than
down, yeah.
It might be. It's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Shout out to the homie Jess in the building. Hit that like button, y'all. Yeah, like Amanda Green's Soup is expert, analytically driven person. If you look like, to me, I hate doing this, bro, because I feel like it's just not, to me, these are young men, and I don't want to over criticize none of these brothers, but it's like when you watch Dia and the activity Dia had today, right? There's up and down the floor, like, and no one's saying Dia's like more talented than Derek or nothing like that. But when you just survey the league and even the summer league, you're like, is there a player like that in summer league? And where's that archetype of player in the NBA that's a successful player? And that's the thing that's concerning to me, because I saw a lot of guys like quick decision makers, quick jumpers, up and down the court, great motors, physical players. And I'm just
that's what the league transitioned into.
Yeah, like the league is transition. The league about to start looking like the 80s again, as far as like big men who are incredible shape, multi-sport athlete type motherfuckers. Yeah. And it's like, I just don't know if I see that guy right now with the Pelicans.
So aside from DQ, though, I'm telling you, like, bro, and listen, shout out to Mosley for all that he's been doing, trying to act.
Yeah, like Mosley very hands-on, bro. Hands-on.
They're doing everything that you want from, like, coach, I completely understand why Joe hired that guy.
Yeah,
he's doing he doing his part. Mm-hmm. The players, for the most part, are doing their part, and you only could do what you could do. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. For example, we talk about JP a lot, but there's no doubt in my mind JP working out.
Yeah, we saw Jordan Poole putting in some work.
Yeah,
I think he might have a new trainer also.
Yeah, but there's just no doubt in my mind that JP, getting shots up or doing whatever it is he needs to do to have himself prepared. I don't think the Pacers trade would have even happened. I thought ATL nicked the draft trade, but it sounded like she was the one who told Joe not to make the move. She putting the training wheels on Troy.
And look, I'll say
this. Into that conclusion.
I heard a couple people say, like, look, Troy, you gotta take it easy, man. You gotta stick to scouting, bro. Like, you chasing waterfalls, you gotta take it easy. I've heard a couple people say that. So I do think Amanda coming into the building is paying dividends already. And now that Joe's had a off season of evaluating with Troy, now look, Troy got some hits, but the thing is you gamble. Like, you know what I'm saying? You were gambling, and sometimes all you need is guidance. Like, if Troy got some great ideas, like, because I got to credit Fears to Troy. Yes, Troy got some great ideas. His history of drafting goes without saying, but sometimes you could be overly confident, overly ambitious, especially when you got like a shorter summer, shorter off season, all the pieces aren't in place. Sometimes motherfucker just run wild. So, tone it down a notch.
Listen, we talked about not just Amanda Green necessarily, but like Joe hiring people to do their job. And I think all of the people that are being hired are doing their job, which is fantastic, right? Which is fantastic. What I also am somewhat concerned about, to a degree, let's not forget about the fucking winning.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on, because you're making a great point. Yo, we only got 31 likes, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We're going to play a quick commercial break. While this commercial is playing, make sure y'all hit the like button.
This woman obviously had lost her damn mind. She needs psychotropic medication. She pulls out her breasts and she's juggling them. Look like she about to fall over. Then she bends over and pulls down her panties. Spreads her cheeks. I'm not lying. I'm telling you what's on the video. Spreads her cheeks. This is madness.
No, the woman tried not to laugh.
Yeah, tried to not to Candace Matthews and Cornell X. But this madness, man. I'm sorry. Like you say, bro. At the end of the day, the core goal we're trying to reach for a fan base. Of course, the organization got a different methodology. Because they got steps in the process they want to take, but the core goal we're trying to reach is winning, and that's at every level. We want to stress the importance of winning, even if it's in the summer league. even if it's in preseason, in scrimmages. We want that motherfucking like Joe Dumas at one time, you know, he used to do like all the soft players versus all the tough players. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we want to keep that mentality here and in the building. And again, Mosley, he's not gonna ask you to do nothing he's not willing to do himself. Like you see Mosley out there in that fucking hot Vegas sun working out with
he ain't gotta do none of that. I ain't seen Willie Green shuffle them there, nothing.
Yeah, I ain't never seen Willie Green, and I seen fucking Monty Williams in practice. I ain't never seen Willie Green do shit. So yeah, bro.
Just but, the go ahead, my bad.
No, I was what are some of the positive takeaways you have? Because I have a couple of mine.
Again, my overall positive is I can see the things that I looked at when I was like watching the Orlando tape, right?
Yeah.
The things that I'm like, man, we really need like just the basic stuff, right? That should show at this level to a degree, like in the summer league, right? Of how they want to play, the defense coach and all of that. Like I see the basics transitioning over. So I like that's above anything else. That's what I was most happy about.
Okay.
Like those things, because I think if you get, you know, Zion and Trey and all of that, like I can see how it's going to be beneficial to them if you get them to buy into what it is that you're trying to do and hold them accountable to that. So like schematically, you know what I mean? Like the system is going to be better. So for me, I was looking for that. So that was the biggest thing that I was happy about. The second thing, motherfucking Kobe Buffkin. Like I'm ready to cut Hulk today. And I ain't even saying that like I'm not, and listen, Kobe Buffkin, I'm not even saying that he's a rotational player or anything like that. But Hawkins right now, Hawkins could be out there. He ain't done enough to not be in summer league today. He wouldn't have, you ain't see, I could be wrong. I ain't see Hawkins at the workout either.
I didn't see Hawkins there. And shout out to the Louisiana gal with Trey. I talked to a couple people. They say he might be there like next week or this upcoming weekend. He's still like traveling and shit from what I was told.
I'm not surprised.
But I know like Carlo wasn't there. I'm surprised Eve there because Eve went to go visit Carlo back home at one point. So I'm surprised Eve made it back in time. But I know a couple people wasn't there. I was surprised to see Jordan Poole. I couldn't believe Jordan Poole was there.
I'm not either. Jordan, I wasn't surprised. So the people that I saw, I wasn't surprised to see. The biggest surprise about seeing any of them, I just was surprised to see as many this time around. Because you know, normally you would see before you used to see like Jose and
one
Najee,
here, one there,
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So what I was most excited about was that they had so many and they did, you know, show them putting some work in and whatnot. Because I remember a couple years ago when Brandon was like, I was trying to organize a workout and then Zion wouldn't, and you know, that became a big fucking thing. Like, I don't have any issue with Trey not being there because again, Zion wasn't there immediately. I don't think the first day he was there last year. You know, he was doing
he showed up, to hang out with Joe later on.
Yeah, so like I don't really make a big deal out of it right now, especially when they got so much time there. And then about JP, that the only reason you would not believe JP is because people were saying he was some form of locker room cancer. It seemed like that dude. It seemed like they like that dude.
I've heard I've talked to several people behind the scenes about that, bro. That has never been confirmed to me that dude was anything but like just a cool motherfucker. Like I've never heard that he was any type of like toxic locker room personality. I just never been told that. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got 70 people in the building. If you're listening right now, make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Yeah, I just never heard that. I never heard that. But man,
I was happy about that. Let me go. Let me just the last I was happy about. I was happy to see Sham Guy get an opportunity as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know that's probably not the biggest thing, but it was good just to see him on the sideline. You know what I mean? Like that just it felt like a win for the organization to a degree. So that's just my little point.
I'm hoping, and shout out to Louisiana Gal and bro Leon Alvarado, they asked this as well. I'm hopeful. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm hopeful that Hawkins is just waived and stretched at this point. I think if there was an opportunity to trade him, it may have occurred already. I mean, like even as like for salary matching purposes, I think you can do a lot with that extra salary. And I like, again, I keep speaking about guys like Micah Potter, who's a free agent. I think he would really round out your big rotation. Yeah. And you still got Gary Trent Jr., who's a free agent. You still got quality free agents out there. I think Hawk is taking up space at this point. Need to go ahead and just bite the bullet with that one. I'm very happy to see what Michael Peavy was able to do today, bro. Like, to me, Michael Peavy, this is what I'm trying to see here. 6 for 11 from the field, 2 for 4 from the three, including a couple corner threes. Got to the free throw line. 5 assists, 2 steals, only 2 fouls. I'm happy about that. Again, we already know Kobe Buffkin, 8 for 16 from the field, 5 for 9 from beyond the 3-point line, 6 of 9.
I'm not gonna be mad. I was critical of PV for a couple things that he was doing on defense.
He was gambling a little bit. Still, he gambles.
That's the
shout out to Marquise Snow also.
And the only reason is because he said I need to stop doing that and be more gambling, more solid, and then had multiple moments of doing that. So it's like, come on, though, like lock in on that. But other than that, it was solid.
I thought he was very solid. And again, shout out to Marquise Noel, battled out there like the little giant. You know what I'm saying? I say that respectfully. Bro was out there battling, doing this thing. 7 for 14 from the field, 5 of 9 from the 3-point line, 1 free throw, 1 for 1, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 steals. You know what I'm saying? So bro was out there. He had
a lot of turnovers in the first half. Pissing me off, but he had 4 in the first half, and then none the rest of the way. So that
Kobe Buffkin 4 turnovers as well. Hunter Dickinson, Hunter Dickinson. No, though, what Hunter Dickinson really would be great doing if he was getting into like the acting field, he would be like a great stunt man, or like one of them people that's like play like Shao Kahn in a movie, like they put like the prosthetics on you and you could be fucking Jason Voorhees. Yeah, like if I was him, that's the arena I would look to, like acting. Like a lot of people would cast him like he ain't got to say no lines or nothing. Like
so, let me defend Hunter for a second. It's not even defending Hunter, but when they were making their run, and like what Hunter was doing well was he was setting solid screens, right?
Very physical screens early.
He was setting some very physical screens, and like again, this is the problem sometimes when you're talking about summer league. So I get it as far as like they coming off the screen, they looking to shoot, they laid on passes and stuff like that. I get it, but when they had the little opportunity for him to get in rhythm and he knocked down some threes
in a row,
he hit a couple threes, and it's like, no, he ain't get another shot until like late. He hit 2 threes, then he missed one, then he didn't get another look again till like late in the 4th quarter. And it's just kind of like, no, I'm not saying you gotta feed this motherfucker. I'm not saying that either. But if he was part of the reason during that little stretch when he was knocking down his 3 as a player mentally, I'm like, let me see if he made 2 in a row and then missed 1. Come back and see if he knocked down, you know what I mean? Like, just be smart and see if he knocked down another one. I ain't saying throw that motherfucker to him in no ISO or nothing like that, but I just was hoping that like Hunter was showing a good job with his jump. Like his shot looked good, in my opinion. He was shooting that bitch with no hesitation.
Shout out to everybody in the building. We got over 70 people in the building. Do me a favor, take a moment, hit the like button. Right now we at 39 likes. Let's get it to like 55 likes or something like that. Yeah, so I think the elephant in the room really right now for everybody involved is Derek, right? And it don't help that Berenger was out there looking dominant. It don't help that you still
though, just getting up and down the floor. Them dudes was pissing me off, bro. When fucking they go on their run, he blocked 2-3 shots and this the shit about just like he blocked 2-3 shots at the rim. You know what y'all continues to do? Continue driving into the guy.
That's
just throwing, knocking you down. They ain't calling no fouls. This motherfucker blocking everything. All right, we just gonna keep driving into him for sure. And
I think because you really got to a point where you just like, damn, we have no no matchup for this guy at all. And that's the thing where I'm like, bro, you gotta have like, if you're not gonna have super athletes, you gotta have like strong, crafty players. Like what's his name? Hunter Dickinson just tall.
Yeah,
like he just happened to be tall, like big old marshmallow. Just happened to be tall, and it's like ain't no real. He made a nice screen that they called an offensive foul on early in the game. But my thing is, even if this was a regular season game, you would have just had to overwhelm them with your perimeter talent because you don't have a big on the roster aside from maybe Eve and Carlo that are even athletic enough to play in these games. And Eve last year didn't have a great summer league. He had a better season. In his rookie season, he was solid. But you got to get some strength and athleticism or some more skill and motor and conditioning in that front court. And I think right now that was sorely missed. And you see that tonight to where it was just like, yo, what are we doing here in this front court?
I agree with the Mike point as far as like Solomon Washington should have played. As far as like, listen, I understand what it was you was trying to do, but when we had moments of like what it felt like to me is when you had moments of struggling to score, right? You could have went with and this is what I was told, or what I'm of the assumption that the identity is going to be. See, when them dudes start going like over ISOing and all of that, you know, they had moments of just over ISOing. Nah, dog, go get the dude that's going to be physical on defense. I'm fouling him if he come into the rim. You know what I mean? Like at some point, your boy number 15 for Minnesota was just taking Noel to the paint every play. It's like, bro, he too small. There's only so much you could do. Get a strong physical guy out there. Take the ball, transition, be athletic so you can help out and maybe clear some room for Kobe Buffkin, who had it going. Kobe had 20 in the first half, and like, you know, just it took a while for him to kind of get it back going. Like, no, you got to create some more opportunities.
Shout out to homie Ryan. And this is something I actually said as well. Like when we spoke on the phone, I was like, well, you know, most of these dudes never gonna see the Pelicans in real minutes, but you can't say that because Hunter Dickinson played last year in a couple games, and Micah played, of course, and Trey Alexander ended up getting minutes. Like, and these were like not end of the season minutes. Micah played in like the first couple games. I'm sorry, Hunter Dickinson played in like the first couple games, I think. But like to Ryan's point, I kind of see that as well. I'm like, well, most of these dudes, you ain't got to worry about them. But I think the problem still exists on the real roster as well, to where it's like, you still skinny, you still not really physical. I saw the Timberwolves get quite a few offensive rebounds as well. You give up offensive boards, and you just a black hole in the front court right now. Like it's tough, and you turnover happy because again, DeJounte averages a lot of turnovers, so you got to do better at taking care of the ball. He averaged a lot of turnovers last year. You got a lot of turnovers this year in summer league, which is common. But you got to do better taking care of the ball. They did shoot the three well, though, which I will say.
You just like gotta like stop the laying down, bro. Like I'm sorry. I'm like the shit that pissed me, and I'm a little frustrated.
I think you're going a little too far.
No, bro, because like again, it's to me, it ain't about like how many you did almost 82 games, bro. That's a lot of losing. It's a lot of losing. And not even the games
the preseason,
even the games you win felt like some of the games you won, like you was trying to lose them bitches too. So when I'm watching the games, I'm just like, dog, I understand like these games don't necessarily matter, but the whole idea is though, like you have to start getting into the mindset of figuring out how to win again. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
that's good habits.
Yes, bro. Like you just gotta, because what end up happening is same thing like with our, like when you watch this, their team was a microcosm of the big team.
Right.
This is what I mean. Those motherfuckers play. You know, it was a 1-point game. It was a 1-point game going to the fourth quarter, or it was tied or something like that, whatever. And then you get blown out in the fourth quarter by 12 because the team just decided to step on the gas a little bit. So like my thing is, bro, preseason we see that, regular season you see that. At some point you have to, and I get it, it's summer league, so it's not necessarily about that. It's just more so like you have to start finding ways to overcome the systemic things that's become an issue over the last, not even the last 2 years. Go back to even when they won 49 games, right? The 49 game, what was the issue? 4 quarters, second halves, turnovers, being weak. So like whatever the issues are, like even if they lose games and then find ways, even if they find ways to like fix the things that I think will create more winning down the line, I think is the better way to go about it. That's why I was happy about like the transition defense, right? Like the transition defense is something that like, yeah, you working, but that's something that'll carry over. The gang rebounding, when you got better players out there, that's something that's going to carry over. The transition offense, that stuff is something that's going to carry over. So that's what I mean as far as like value in the basketball.
You just got to get the loser mentality out.
Yeah, you got to get the loser shit. You got to get the loser shit out.
Because at this point, it's like you never won a series. You never won a cup thing, really. You ain't never really done shit. So even if I'm a player on the team and my history with the organization is all we know is losing. Yes. Even I'm exhausted when even though it's a preseason game, you're like, well, fuck, we just can't get a win.
You can't get a win. I think, you scratching and clawing for every victory. It's crazy.
That's why I also think like I think the answers are the answers. No matter what, I think the answers are the answers. Because I used to say this when the Pelicans was winning. I say this when they losing. I'm like, this don't change anything. The answers are the answers. The answers are you need 3-point shooting and you need rim defense. Well, I'm sorry, you need defensive rebounding, and a center. Like you got to address the center position and 3-point shooting. Ultimately, you still got a lot of time to do that. I think the side missions and the side stories make us feel worse because if you was a person like I'm ready to be done talking about the draft and what happened, what could have happened, what should have happened. Fuck all that, it's over. And you hearing things or seeing things, it makes you like, yeah, it was over, but now I got a new problem on my hands because now the players here, the baby's here now, so now I got to deal with this. So I get that as well, and I also like, to me, I was frustrated watching it. Like, look, bro, the first thing I saw when I woke up was that picture. First thing I saw when I woke up. Like, I woke up, you get up.
Hey, he's not last in the picture. He the first person on the line.
No, I get up, I check my phone. I'm like, what the fuck what is this? And I'm scrolling, I see the message. I'm like, oh my God, this is not gonna be good. So luckily, I ain't have to deal with a bunch of shit on Twitter today. But yeah, it was rough. Audio, what up with your homie? He said she tried to sign Kai Jones. I think, again, I would rather them go ahead with the other pacer, and that be Micah Potter. I think Kai Jones might be a little too on the wild side for them. Kai Jones, he was a little wild. So, I like Kai Jones, a freak athlete though, but he a little wild. Look, but Dumas played with Dennis Rodman, so maybe he can convert Kai.
Let me ask you a question, though. You bought property and stuff before, right?
Yeah.
If you was trying to advise somebody to buy property, right? One of the first things you probably tell them is like, "Yeah, bro, you need to fix your credit," right?
Yeah.
But what if this motherfucker got a terrible spending habit? It's just kind of like, no, you ain't gonna. you kind of working against yourself, right? Like you gotta fix one thing so you can fix the next thing.
Yeah.
So I understand like the working and step shit, but we ain't gonna ever get to winning if we can't fix something just like
if you can't just make the wholesale make the wholesale roster changes, then you get to a point where ultimately things don't matter for stepwise, because ultimately you need talent to compete, bro. You need talent and certain skill sets to compete. While I do think that the team does have some talent, I do think the glaring holes really are just there. Like, that's why it's so refreshing to see what Kobe Buffkin was able to do from beyond a 3-point line. You like, he can shoot, but here's the fucked up part. You like, he can shoot, and that's great, but it's like, even if we wanted to keep him, there's no spot for him on an active roster at this stage, right? And it's like, we got other pressing issues being defensive rebound and things like that. Things that I'm sure they're actively trying to address. And it being summer league, you're going to be able to see things face to face. But I think the worst thing you can do at this stage is stick with the status quo.
If he play another game like that, you gotta, like, you can justify cutting Hawkins today and signing him for the minimum.
Bro, I ain't never had to see Hawkins play.
Bro, listen, is it okay?
Well, I don't need to see him play again.
That's what I'm saying.
This too. My thing is with Kobe, I've seen enough from Kobe in the G League to easily be like, here go a two-way. I've seen Hunter Dickinson to be like, I don't need to see you no more, Hunter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of these guys I've seen enough from as it currently stands.
Yes.
But like, to me, my two-way spots is Pierre. Maybe you give Buffkin like an exhibit 10 or something like that. But it's gonna be like Pierre, Buffkin, and Kobe. No, I'm sorry, Pierre, Buffkin, and I think Hunter got the edge, but I could give that last spot.
Been around. But listen, I don't feel no boy, cut the fuck out Hunter, and because it's gonna be other big men that's playing.
It's big men better than Hunter right now. Who just I
don't know what kind of. I don't know if Julian Reese on a guaranteed deal or not. I think they might have guaranteed. I think they might have guaranteed his deal or not. But like, dog, you can't tell me right now that like you could probably get Julian Reese for cash considerations, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Just go do that and then let him play right now, and then you'll look completely different. You'll at least feel completely different. My only thing is like, and then to the comment is like, listen, you go undefeated in summer league and then start the season 0-9. It's like you might start the season 1-9 anyway. Like, I'm not predicting that would be the case, but I'm saying is you want to continue to build winning. Like, you know what? Like, if you lose all these summer league games and then you lose all the preseason games, you ain't gonna go into the regular season and then be like, man, fuck that. We about to start off. We about to go 10-0.
Well, I feel like this. I feel like I don't necessarily feel like summer league is reflective of anything. Preseason as well. Like, for example, I remember now one thing I thought was interesting, and me and Chris Conner used to joke about this, was during the summer league this past preseason when the Pelicans played the Magic, and the Magic was getting on them boys. And it was like the fourth quarter. He said, nah, fuck that. He put the starters back in the game. He like, y'all not about to lead this game.
Y'all not getting no W, dog.
Y'all not leaving this game looking like some busters out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I do think there can absolutely be some corrections made and there needs to be some emphasis put on winning. I also think that it's hard to separate summer league performance from the regular season because you lost under Willie, you lost under Connor, you lost under Borrego. Like, going into the season, you just had these losing habits, and you never really were able to build a winning mentality, a winning profile, and eliminate some of those bad habits. Those bad habits tend to carry over. Now, one reason could be, well, fuck, you was always playing rookies for some reason. Like, you was like you was bad in the summer league, then you end up having to play these dudes in a regular season, like early. That's why it looked like summer league, because you playing a bunch of rookies. On the other hand, it's like, look, like I keep saying, you know, to me, the needs are still the needs. Like, you need 3-point shooting. You need a real big man. You need someone that can give you real minutes at the 5. I'm probably less confident. I was already not very confident based on things I was hearing behind the scenes about the front court, aside from Eve and Carlo. And I'm not like over the moon confident. I'm just like, I think they solid role players. But I'm less confident today than I was yesterday. And
Yeah.
I ain't confident in front court at all. Like, aside from, being solid role players. So I do think you need to go out there and remedy a couple of those situations. I do think just based on what I saw from Micah Peavy today and last season,
I think he'll be fine.
I'm tired of saying this. I think Micah Peavy and Herb is redundant, and you need to find a way to move on from Herb. Like at this point, it's just like, bro, the money wise, the holes in the roster, it's just too redundant at this point. Just move on. And I'm not saying Micah Peavy is just world beater. What I'm saying is I don't think Herb's that much of a world beater neither. Like it's time to really address this big man position, because based on what we've seen, this ain't gonna be the year Derek fixes it or addresses it. So let's go out here and go on a hunt. And I'm not saying that they aren't hunting. I'm sure they are, but
I just man, overall, like I said, for me, the grand scheme of things is I like the basis of what it is they're doing. Like I like what Mosley is doing. I like the control that we're seeing from the front office right now. But at some point, like you said, at some point we got to start moving some stuff, whether that's okay, we gonna, fuck that. We gonna cut Hawkins and do this. Okay, we are gonna, and I'm not saying it's got to be Herb right now, but it's like, all right, we are going to move on from Herb and take a chance and do this. Or we are going to go be aggressive and get a big man. Or even if you don't do anything with the roster, you just say, you know what? We're going to start two bigs. Or we're going to start, like, you just have to start doing the things. And I do think that they're like, again, everybody's putting in work. You see Zion in spectacular shape. You see more of the guys showing up early and whatnot. So I think
I feel like William from Girlfriends. Shout out to everybody in the building. Look, man, we sitting here at 45 likes, man. Hit that like button. Let's hit the like button right now while we not doing anything. Let's hit the like button right now. But go ahead, bro. My bad. Continue.
Nah, you good. I see the goal, but at the same time, I think sometimes I think it could get lost in translation a little bit. Like that losing shit not cool. And you know what I'm saying?
If they lost today and they look bad, but they happen to win, if they won today, but they still happen to look the same, they just happen to win, how would you have felt? Because I know some people are going to be like, oh, man, y'all just complaining. But how would you have felt had they won today, but they look bad, but they found a win?
So like, I know sometimes it's like some people is like, you don't want to accept, you don't want to accept something in a win that you wouldn't accept in a loss, right? And I'm of that mindset, right? Like, no, I'm not doing that.
I'm laughing because some of these comments is crazy.
Yeah,
like,
you're stupid, dog.
Some of these comments is crazy. Go ahead.
So I'm of that mindset as well. Like the problem with the 49 win season is you just tried to get by with what you was doing as opposed to fixing the reason of why, y'all didn't win more games. Yeah. So like I give credit to finding a way to win. Like at the end of the day, by hook or crook, I ain't trying to lose the championship and be like, oh, well, we didn't play. No, like we won, whatever. So I'm taking the W.
Right.
At the same time, it's like you could correct it in a W as well. So like I always rather win than lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like so I always rather win than lose. But even if they would have looked bad and still won, it's like, all right, we won. These are the things we need to correct to like make this win either a more comfortable win or a smoother win. Mm-hmm. But figuring out how to win is a real thing. Like before you go, but this is my. I believe this in everything in life, bro. I promise you. Like, if you start off winning, like the teams in the league that's gonna start off winning, more than likely they're going to continue to win. Like you'll just because you figure out how to close games, you just figure out how to win games.
You're setting the standard of excellence.
Yeah, and it ain't even just the standard. Like it could be a team that's used to winning, but if they start off losing, it's really hard in this particular year to like just any year to
you don't have room for error right now.
No. So like if you find ways to lose, you figure out ways to lose. Teams that find ways to win, figure out how to win. That's just what it boils down to for me. So if in the last couple seasons, right? Like go and this is the last thing I promise, and then I'll pass it back.
Mm-hmm.
But like when Willie started, right? They like he did coach the summer league and they was undefeated, right? In his first year, right? Was figuring out how to win. Then they went to preseason. I don't think they were undefeated, but they were okay in preseason. In the regular season, they started out struggling, but they figured out how to win. The next season, they were figuring out how to win, and they won more games. They kept figuring out how to win and won more games. You see when they started feeling themselves and then being like, fuck it, we ain't got to send nobody to the summer league, and you lost all the summer league games. We don't care about preseason, and you lost all of the preseason games. And then the regular season come in and you start saying, we'll figure it out. But you don't figure something like you get comfortable or in a rhythm of not figuring it out. So losers find ways to lose, dog. You didn't establish the habit of losing, and it's hard to dig out of that.
Yeah, look, I totally understand where you're coming from. And I do agree to a large degree. Like, look, man, piss poor performance doesn't perfect itself. Like you got to start working the kinks out of the roster. And I do think like the players who played the best today were guys in Kobe Buffkin, who's like a third, 4-year player at this point. Michael Peavy, second-year guy. I'm not too familiar with Noel's history, but and then Behringer, who's probably arguably the top 3 player on the court today. And aside, like to me, again, the larger concern is not how they lost the game, not that they lost, because I care about Summer League.
It don't mean nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I care about Summer League more for individual performances versus like winning, right? Like I love what I saw from Fierce last Summer League. I'm like, they lost the games, but I just love what I saw from Fierce. Michael Peavy, they lost the game, but I love what I saw from him today. Kobe Buffkin, the same. A couple of the other guys, the same. The thing that concerned me today and may continue to concern me is that I think if the Pelicans 2 rookies from last year played, only one of them had a chance today to be a top 4 player on the court. And that concerns me greatly because I'm like, all right, well, we know this is not going to be the answer. So now we still need an answer at this spot, because the same way we lost these games in Summer League will be the same way we lose these games in the regular season if we continue to struggle in the front court. Like Behringer was just super dominant today. Like
he should have been though. He should have been. There was no reason for him not to have been.
I think he should have been based on talent, but he picked 17, second-year guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like he went out there and he looked and did exactly like that dude's supposed to get rotational minutes. They done moved on from Nas and moved on. Like Julius gone. Like that's exactly what that dude was supposed to go do. There was no reason for him to struggle with anybody on the court today.
Yeah, man. So that's why I'm just hopeful Coach Mosley, you know, he holding people to task. Some people, look, everybody not a self-starter. And that's just in life. Like, you know, everybody not a self-starter. Some people respond to certain things and certain ways you talk to them. Some people just never respond. Like, because if this been going on for a couple weeks now and certain shit's still the same, to me, that's kind of showing an air of arrogance. And if there's an air of arrogance, it's like you could be an arrogant motherfucker if you cold. But if you're not cold, you need to take advice. So we'll see when the time comes.
Like you say, when the time comes, you better fucking be cold. Like you can only do it your way if you cold. All right, we're gonna see.
Shaw Chamberlain said they should probably put a fitness standard into DQ contract.
The one he just signed as a rookie, you ain't know before you did it.
Well, he probably mean, and maybe he mean going forward.
Ain't gonna be no going forward if you gotta get to going forward.
Look, man, We talked about this on your show. Y'all be sure to subscribe to Pels in the Blender. And while you're in here, make sure y'all hit that like button.
Yeah.
There's a very clear path to Derek not being in the league long. Like, there's a very clear path to Derek being a rookie contract player. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just got a rookie contract. He went on about his business. We've seen it a bunch of times with guys who had way more invested in them. Anthony Bennett, Wiseman, this a ton of motherfuckers. Buffkin got waived. Like, we see it all the time. Killian Hayes. Like, we don't care where we drafted you. If this didn't work, it just didn't work. Like, we gonna just take the L and move the fuck on. If we win, then nobody gonna remember what went wrong.
What happened to you?
OKC missed on a bunch of picks, right? Pelicans missed on a bunch of picks, right? If you win, nobody cares. If you lose, motherfucker, like what the fuck?
You lose, you start talking, you start pulling up David Griffin draft
like, wait a minute, you drafted Jackson Hayes, like, you know, you start getting upset. But so I absolutely think they just need to go ahead and address that big man issue, address the 3-point shooting issue, and I'm sure they're trying now. A lot of people meeting face to face. Everybody was in the building for the most part. Some guys are still out of town. They may be in the building later. I think DeJounte already lived like in Vegas or close to the West Coast. And you got some people.
I'm sure they'll probably be at the next game.
You got some people that's actively flying out there because it's just they kind of just there to commemorate and then leave.
Yeah,
and they gonna go there, dab it up, then
work out, probably get on, you know, whatever.
A couple photo ops and then go on by the business because you ain't got no new rookies you really bringing into the fold necessarily. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Make sure y'all hit that like button, and then we're gonna get to some of the star questions, and we're gonna do like this a quick Q&A section. So make sure y'all sending in them questions as the commercial rolls.
The New Orleans Pelicans will have a 15-man roster this year. Hi, I'm Jack Mattersnott, official member of the media, filling in for Cheddar Chaz here on this special edition of the Locked In Podcast. Locked In Podcast, coming to you 7 days a week. No one else is wasting your time like this. No hot takes or drama or entertaining trade ideas or information about how the team can get better. Just bullshit. Water is wet. A pig is pork. Houston got the hose. Jose is from New York. Today's episode is brought to you by the Daiquiri Shop on Chef, a Shade Tree Mechanic, Juanita's Buffer Curls, the Chinese food store. Anybody want to buy a station wagon? The check cashing place. Random Spoons. Hello? Yeah, you can pay me you can pay me in scotch. Never know how, yeah. Yes, yeah. No, it don't matter what kind of scotch. Is Zion Williamson on the keto diet? Find out in the third segment. Miyako's Hibachi. What's the place that be selling all the candy and shit? Yeah, them. You want to know if Grip is on the hot?
Yo, so we're back. Yo, so shout out to everybody in the building, man.
I got one last point.
I'm laughing at Quantas.
Y'all stupid, bro.
Go ahead.
About to win it. You know why the summer league should matter?
Why's that?
Like, or why people that saying it don't matter is like, you know, the people who got the benefit of saying, well, OKC ain't won a summer game in I don't know how long.
People say that. I don't give a fuck. I mean, yeah.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, if you scroll up in the chat, it was like, OKC don't win no summer games. It's like, okay, bro, them motherfuckers win 60 games a year. They've been the 1 seed 3 straight seasons. If this team was a playoff team consistently or was winning 40 games, 50 games, nobody would give a fuck about summer league. You know why this shit matter? Because y'all suck. You done won 20 games in back-to-back seasons. Come on, dog.
Look,
that's all. I'm good.
Look, what you saying is real, son. Like, what you saying is real. And look, I'm telling you, everybody gets tired of fucking losing. Yeah, everybody gets tired of losing, son. And I totally get it, especially when there's like, yeah, we lost the game, but we just brought in this motherfucker. So I ain't really worried about none of that. We just brought in this person, and once this person get going, we gonna, we'll be all right. But when the roster is pretty much left as is, and you're going into the summer league, waiting kind of and hoping for a deal at this point. I don't know how many of us actually anticipate one. But
if we trade for Sabonis today, I don't give a fuck about nothing else for summer league.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think that's how people like feel generally, right? And there's a lot of things going on right now. The Kawhi shit is a weird story that's happening right now.
Sit him down, though.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. Then you got whatever the fuck is happening with the LaMelo trade not being official yet. They got some weird. The Lakers did something so fucking weird. Did y'all hear what the Lakers did? So the Lakers promised Kuminga a certain amount of money, like when he was initially waived. Right? They was like, yo, we want you, man, we want you to start. We're gonna give you this money, that money, right? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
They went and signed all these other people first, and then came back to Kuminga
double
like,
back to him.
I know we told you we had this for you, but
really,
now we got this for you. What you want to do? So now they gotta find a way to. It's a lot of crazy shit.
Can't do it though.
Like Austin Reeves, his deal isn't official yet. The Quentin Grimes shit isn't official yet. The what the other shit? Colin Sexton isn't official yet. So like they still trying to, like, the league is crazy right now. Yeah. So I'm hoping now that people meeting face to face, they willing and dealing. Hopefully things go work out. This is funny. Solo kids, they DQ's the future Jokic twin like Danny DeVito. Like he got all the bad stuff. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I think it's gonna work out for the homie DQ. You just gotta be serious, bro.
You gotta be cold. I don't care about none of that. You just gotta show up and hoop. You gotta be cold. That's what it boils down to. As fat as you want to fucking be. If you come out there and hoop, all right. Zion realized he couldn't stay healthy if he was fat. Gotta be skinny. And then I'll be healthy. And now I can hoop.
Oh, even like shit. Kenny Lofton. Like Kenny Lofton was giving niggas what?
Yeah.
Kenny Lofton came to the league. And look, he's transformed his body to a degree, but it still was like,
yeah.
Cuz listen, like I'm trying to save you. Like, so I think I hope it all work out. It was certainly it was disappointing to see. I think some of us already knew, but it was disappointing to see the visual. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We're gonna get to the star questions. We're gonna get out of here. Make sure y'all send them questions in as well. He said, now he in China, like
making the hits, man. Go be a legend.
Hey, man. Shout out to the Sathorian. He says, don't they know we are tired of losing? Facts.
They ain't lost that much to know. They ain't lost that much. They ain't lost enough to know.
Shout out to, I ain't seen Bree in so long. What up, Bree? Bree, what's the deal? Saw your boy Jordan Poole pop out there today. He said DQ got a bird chest. Oh. I think they're gonna win. I agree with Ken Quantas though. I think they're gonna start winning a couple preseason games though. I think they're gonna. Summer League.
I think they will. I think they will too. But you know why I think they will? Because I think Mosley gonna be like, "What the fuck's up with all this losing?" Like I think the emphasis gonna be put on the losing. Like at some point when you lose so much, I think Jordan gonna be like, "No, what? Hey, let's come on now, like." And then yes, eventually you'll win.
But yeah, man. Look, you got to give people something to look forward to. Louisiana guy said, I also want to say Chaz might have been right the other day when he said that DQ trade wouldn't have happened if Amanda Green would have been there. She has more power in that building than I thought.
Shout out to Amanda.
So, if you had to guess, because we probably really just guessing right here. What you think Amanda doing right now? You think she in there regulating like what's this? Nah, yay! Like what you think she doing right now? If you had to guess,
I think she chilling. To be honest, I think they didn't already set the tone. I think Mosley probably thought he was gonna have said roster when he came in. When he took this job, I think they want to keep it relatively the same. Even if you go back and look at like OKC when OKC used to will and deal and shit like they ain't. Like they're in a different place, but OKC ain't just used to just make buku moves. You know what I mean? It would be like a one.
Well, they used to draft so well that they really didn't have to. That was the thing.
So that's what I'm saying. So like historically, they only made like a move or two a season, depending on where they were at, like in the franchise. But like they wasn't just known for just making a bunch of moves and shit like that. I think she chilling right now. If something like at some point, I think they'll make a move before the regular season start. And then I think they're going to just kind of see what the team need when the real game start or when the team comes together at least.
Shout out to Mason. But he said
Yeah, I
you're
don't
not
think
winning
she
with
been together to see the team.
these tiny guards, like Buffkin. Well, yeah, Buffkin is not a large guard. I think it depends on who you match him up on the floor with. Like, you could give Buffkin some minutes at the 2 next to like other guys. I'm talking about like second unit minutes, and his role will probably be more so just catch and shoot if he continues the 3-point shooting versus him like creating. But the defense, like, he'll have to hold his own defensively. I think we got some good ones here, man. Alvarado say you think Hawk might get waived, so we have more roster space. Just eat his money.
I think I think so.
What I hope is that they don't do the buyout, unless he just like, all right, just give me $3 million, because that's the same thing at this point. Like, because if you waive and stretch,
you take the buyout. If you take the buyout and Buffkin is the hypothetically, let's say Buffkin or Gary Trent or whatever is the money. If you could get the same person with the money, but the future is cleared up, I don't give a fuck though.
Well, I think the only reason I care is because, like, I wouldn't give Buffkin his role off the rip. I'm just leaving that spot open. Well, I'll give him that role, but he's not getting like a real contract. He'll just be, you know, on an exhibit 10 or a 2-way.
Right.
But my thing with this is like, this could help me do an uneven trade. I could sign some free agents. I could create a roster spot. I could just get it further away from the tax in the event of a trade. But that's why I would prefer them to just waive and stretch them versus doing a buyout. Because unless you're about to give them like $3 million, if you waive and stretch them, you could save like $4 million. You know what I'm saying? And you would have more cap space to do, you know, more things. But I would just keep him on the 2-way. Honestly, I would have him on the active roster.
Yeah, I'd keep him on the 2-way.
Well, let me say not active roster. I would have him with the team and not in Kenner, because at this point I'm like, he a little too good for the G League. So I would have him like as a potentially a shooting threat with the roster. See if he can shoot early on. If not, go on about your business. Because that's like with Trey Alexander. Trey Alexander was a little too good for the G League, but he wasn't NBA good. So you ended up like having to lose him. And I just don't think Hunter Dickinson is good, period. Don Gilder say Death Row. What DQ talk about? Well, he talking about like come to Death Row, like we locked in as a unit, you know, pretty much.
Death Row Records.
Yeah. You know what I say too? When, and this not Derek, this in general, when the block is hot for certain shit, you got to keep a low profile. Like, you got to keep a low profile.
Man, don't know that. I'm going, man, don't know the block is hot. You going to kill. That's what he said. Yeah, you gotta, that's what I'm saying. So listen, I don't care. You just gotta hoop.
Look, my thing is like, look, everybody not that patient, dog. Like, you know, some people patient, some people, but everybody got a point, especially when you not cold. Like, when you cold, motherfucker give you some grace. Oh, come on. But when you're not that cold, people, all right.
Listen, that motherfucker don't have to be in shape at all. They gonna throw him out there in the game, and if he look okay, it's gonna be like, man, I hope he get it together. But if not, then all right, we knew this was coming.
Yeah, that's a damn shame. We here with old boy already. But shout out to Jeremy Chapman. He said, could Messi be the answer for our defensive rebound issue? I think if given the opportunity, he could be a great glass cleaner. He definitely has the motor for it. Messi has a great motor, a really good second jump offensively. Defensively, for defensive rebounds, the skill set just doesn't seem to be there just yet. He is getting stronger, does have a great motor. I think he could probably get you, like, you're so bad on defensive boards that I think he would be a step in the right direction, but you still would need help. Like, if he could get you about 6 defensive boards a night and 2-3 offensive boards, that would be a step for him. Like, that would be nice, but you still probably would need some help.
I think Mosley gonna help him in the rebounding department a lot, to be honest. I don't know about how many, but I think he'll be a better defensive rebounder because I think Mosley schemes rebounding relatively well.
Shout out to Fletcher Mackel and Miss Duncan. And they did a special on the he say, she say shit. And the only thing I'm concerned about, not the only thing, but one of the things is I don't want it to be like Mosley's expectation is to fix everything. Right? I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm saying they made a point They're like, well, I guess Moses just got a magic wand. Like that's what they said. And I was like, when you think about it, it is a little fucked up if you go into the situation just anticipating him to fix certain things that just isn't available on the roster. Yep. Like he can't, like he told Michael, you'll focus on that jumper, but he can't fix the jumper. He can just tell him, you'll focus on this and you'll be better. You'll get paid around this bitch.
Yeah.
And he's already working with Derek, like, yo, we're gonna try to get you together defensively. And then like he's talking to Eve. I'm sure he'll work with Eve and get him together as well. But it's just like at some point you got to bring in some outside talent as well, man. I definitely think that's going to be the case with
he's gonna scheme the rebounding. Like what I saw today, they're gonna be a better defensive rebounding team. I'm not saying they're gonna be great, but they're gonna be better at it. From what I saw today from them, the scheme is gonna look better.
Yo, no, it's somebody. I got to start this question. Shout out to Squallow. Squallow said taking 7 seasons. DQ just starting the second. Zion takes 7 seasons. DQ just starting the second. Guess he plans to get in shape during the season like Shaq. Well, here's the thing. Zion was a 2-time All-Star in his first 3 years. Like 2-time, well, he was an MVP candidate in his second year. Yeah. Whereas, like even with Shaq was just fucking cold. Yeah. So, and I'm talking about like Shaq cold at LSU. He cold rookie. He just a phenomenal because Shaq, you know, the Shaq getting in shape during the season, that was more of a Lakers phenomenon. Shaq already had been to the finals. Shaq had already bust heads by that time. With Derek, it's like you ready about to be 22. You're not gonna get any taller. You're not gonna really get any more athletic. Like you kind of got to hit the ground running here to even be a starter realistically, because even if you do all that, you still got to work on your game. So it's gonna be tough. Mr. Hennessy, what was that, homie? He said, "Are we certain Herb wouldn't take a pay cut in the role change? He seems pretty meek, like he wouldn't trip." Herb ain't turning down nothing but his collar.
I ain't taking no motherfucking pay cut.
Look, he already got his contract, and
they don't renegotiate like the NFL.
I would say Herb probably quiet and do his thing, but I don't think Herb like, because we don't really know these guys, right? I don't think Herb like somebody that's really gonna give nobody no discount, because he ain't get a team a discount on his extension, really.
Herb probably he's like, I'll come back and play better, but he ain't trying to fucking, you know.
Let's get to a couple of these. Lonnie say it's funny Hawkins was picked 1 pick before Buffkin. The real crime is Keontae George was what, 2 picks later? That's fucked up. Can Quantas homie say, remember Troy drafted and had high hopes for Killian Hayes? I think after 3 seasons, Troy sent him to the bench, and then just got rid of him. You just cut him. Say Troy doesn't waste time often. Yeah. You think if you ain't figured it out by your 3rd season,
like what I'm doing.
Like Duran got 1 good season under his belt, bro. And that was like last year. So
also you draft ideally you draft every year. So if you're not good, I done probably, especially if it's about your 3rd year, I done got 2 sets of rookies in there. But that shit dead for you.
Shout out to Squallow again. He said, and we're gonna end with this one. Make sure y'all hit that like button. He said, I saw an interview with J.R. Smith, said he discovered he was cute after 1 year, after year 1, and sent his daddy out of NOLA. DQ probably discovering many millionaire things. Probably so. And I'm telling y'all, bro, this is available on YouTube. I had to watch this. I was like, this is interesting. It was when J.R. Smith was a rookie, when Dwight Howard, all these dudes was rookies. Dog, Dwight Howard was the most mature motherfucker out of all of them. He was super in shape. And you gotta remember, J.R. Smith got traded for Tyson Chandler ultimately. J.R. Smith used to be late to practice. Chris Paul used to have to come pick him up so he wouldn't be late. Like J.R. Smith, with all the talent in the world, all the athleticism in the world, just ended up being a rotational guy. A good rotational guy with LeBron, but a rotational guy. So, like, you gotta take that shit serious, man. You gotta do it earlier than later.
It don't work out for everybody, though. and JR went on to have a great career. I think
J.R. Smith was my favorite player.
Yeah, I like JR. I thought I got with Dell. I think it was Dell that drafted JR. I get Dell's vision with JR. If you imagine, it wasn't Dell.
It wasn't Dell. I forgot who it
before
was.
Dell.
Was it Bauer? I think Bauer drafted
Maybe.
JR.
Bro, I
Byron
understand.
Smith. Byron Scott hated JR Smith.
Bro, listen, I don't give a
Hated
fuck.
his
I
guts.
understand looking at JR athleticism and shooting and scoring next to Chris Paul. I'm like, man, look, I got my guards for the future.
And JR get a pass too because he ain't go to college.
Yeah.
He was a
Straight out of high
McDonald's All-American, 18.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Millionaire.
millionaire. But still, it was like, bro, no. Yeah, that's
He did
time
the
don't
same shit
wait.
in New York. Was coming to New York drunk. You know, he talk about it all the time. So
time don't wait, bro. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Al, tell the people they can find you at, brother.
man, y'all can catch me at Pels in the Blender on YouTube, bro, or just A Davis on X, man. Appreciate everybody. Make sure y'all like and subscribe for sure.
Look, I'll tell you like this: only thing come to a sleeping man is dreams. You got to get out there. You got to work for it, dog. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate all y'all. Have a great weekend. I think the Pelicans gonna go ahead and win the next one. I'm Cheddar Chaz, aka your number one Pelicans critic. We gotta address these needs on the roster. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter at Cheddar Chaz, CheddAChaz. Stay focused, stay positive, keep hope alive, push through, push you, and we out of this motherfucker. Peace.